Hi, this is Frank Lombardo from Nightlife magazine, and we're appearing live tonight here at the Bolton Center with Mike Zito. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing good, Frank. How you doing?
Good, I'm doing real good.
Yeah.
Listen, we're here, we're getting ready for Mike's show. They just loaded in, they're getting ready for a sound check. But for those who don't know Mike, Mike's been playing all over the world. You've played with Cyril Neville and the Royal Southern Brotherhood.
Yes,
Devin Allman was in that band. You did the Blues Records Blues Caravan. You doing anything with the Blues Caravan?
We're doing the Blues Caravan with Bernard Allison next year for 2018,
cool.
celebrating
You going to do that in Europe and the United States, or just Europe?
Yes, both.
Oh, cool. We're looking forward to that. You're going to come out to Long Island?
I sure hope so. Yeah.
Good. And listen, you've produced for Samantha Fish, Alpha Castelia.
Yes,
right?
sir.
And you've played with Johnny Winter.
I have had the honor of playing with Johnny Winter several times.
You're a big Johnny Winter fan?
Huge Johnny Winter fan. I mean, definitely one of the reasons that really steered me into more blues guitar. You know, I grew up in the 70s listening to a lot of rock and roll. And blues rock, but rock and roll. And I think I heard him maybe when I was 18, and he had a new record come out and they played it on the radio, and I was like, wow. I was really into Jimmy Page and Eddie Van Halen and
all the guitar systems.
Steve Ray, into the guitar players, and then of course he's a great guitar player.
Right.
But there was also a lot of blues, And
well, that was what I was going to ask you. How did you get into the blues? When did you start playing the guitar?
Well, I think I got a guitar when I was 8 years old from the Sears catalog. And no one played music in my family, and they didn't know what I was doing, but they bought me a guitar, and so I had it for years, and I beat on it, but I didn't know, I never had lessons, or I didn't know what I was doing. And in high school, I met some guys, they showed me how to tune the guitar, I didn't know what I was doing.
There was no internet to go on internet tuning, right?
There was none of that, yeah. And we didn't have money for lessons or anything. But when I was 18 and getting more and more interested in trying to pursue music, I got a job working at a local guitar shop, which was in my neighborhood, and I worked there for 10 years.
Okay.
And that really got me. That was my going to college. It was right in the middle of St. Louis, Missouri. I worked there 10 years, and all the greatest blues musicians that lived in town came in that store. Also, just great musicians. I mean. One of my first guitar teachers he's in Guns N' Roses.
Okay.
With Slash.
They were just here in New York.
The other guitarist was my first guitar teacher.
Okay.
Jimmy Buffett's guitar player lived down the street from the music store. And so I had all this just around me at the right time, between 18 and 28. Wow. So
good pedigree.
Yeah, St. Louis is a great blues town also.
Right. So now you've been with Roof Records since 2011.
I have.
How did you come about to Roof Records?
God, it's a long story. I'll make it short, but I went to Chicago when I was 20, 1991. I went to Buddy Guy's Legends. I saw Joanna Connor, and I bought a CD, and I was blown away by her. And I turned it over, and it said Rough Records, and I was like, "What is this?" I've never heard of it. And I started to follow this label. And then a Luther Allison record came out, and then a Walter Trout record, and I followed them into the 90s. So by the late 90s, I'd become friends with Walter Trout, and I really wanted to get on this label. I was really excited about this label, but I was doing a lot of drugs, really wild. I was not ready.
Okay.
So, but it had been in my mind all for 20 years, that I would love to be on this record label. So when we signed with the Royal Southern Brotherhood, I went to the manager and I said, we really should go to Roof Records.
Okay. That's how the band got to Roof?
Yeah, it's a great record label, and it's based in Europe, and they have such a big audience in Europe for the blues.
Oh, can't get enough of that from what I hear.
Yeah, that's been working with Roof, and I just signed a new contract with them.
How long is the contract?
Well, if everything goes well and they like it, it's another 3 records.
Oh, good.
5 years.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Now you play Delaney guitars.
I do play
Tell us why you like the Delaney guitar. I know Samantha Fish plays them. There's a couple other artists out there. I met Mike in Memphis last year. So
she plays them because I got her.
Okay.
I told her you need to play these guitars.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Is that why she plays them?
That's why she plays them. That's right. I worked for Fender Guitars. Okay. After I worked at that music store, I had a job for Fender for about a year, and they moved me to Texas. And so I played Fender all my life. And they're great guitars. I don't want to say anything bad about them.
Right.
It's just got very corporate. It's a big company. It's a big brand.
Right.
And I met Mike Delaney along the way, and I bought a guitar from him, and I said, wow, this is really good. And it was one guy.
Right.
Not a big thing. It was one guy making guitars on his own. And that's me. That's what I do. I'm a small business owner. And we just hit it off, and I said, you know, I want to play your guitars. And I think I have a dozen.
I think there's a special limited edition, Mike Zito edition now.
There is.
I think he has. I saw on his webpage. He's got the Mike Zito edition.
It's the Peace model Telecaster. I have it with me tonight.
Peace, love, and Zito.
It's as good as any guitar out there, or better. It's fantastic.
Now, a couple years ago, I saw you at B.B. King's playing with Johnny Winter for a 70th birthday party.
Yeah.
That was a special
That was
event.
the last time I played with him. See, this is interesting. Johnny Winter's from Beaumont, Texas, and that's where I live now.
Okay.
And
so you must be a Houston Astros fan.
I am, yes, but I don't want to get into it.
Okay.
But long story short, that's how we really hit it off. We were at the same agency, and when he realized I was living where he was from, so I got to play with him quite a bit. That was the last time I played with Johnny. It was his 70th birthday party.
Right.
And I had Delaney Guitars made him a guitar for his birthday, like a little V thing, and because he had played mine, and he said, "Wow, I like this guitar." And so I said, "We should make Johnny a guitar and bring it to him." So we brought it to him, and you know, I got to give it to him on stage. I got to play. We played Jumpin' Jack Flash, and that was the last time I seen it.
I remember
About
that.
6 months later,
It was a good show.
Yeah. It was great.
And I think a friend of yours, Papa Chubby, was there too.
Papa Chubby was there. Debbie Davies was there. Of course, Paul Nelson in the band.
Right, and one of Paul's good friends, Frank Vittori from Long Island, Frank Vittori and the King Beats, who played harmonica on one or two of Johnny's albums.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So now, like, you're touring now, Make Blues Not War, the newest album, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're touring. You just came back from Stanhope, Connecticut, is it? Or?
Well, we've been all over the Northeast the past couple of weeks, everywhere from, you know, in the Boston area. We were at Daryl's house 2 nights ago.
Right.
And last time we were at Sellersville Theater in Pennsylvania with Matt Schofield. And,
that must have been a good show.
it's a great show. And but very excited to be here. I've played the Bolton Center once before with the Royal Southern Brothers.
Right. Yeah, I know Long Island loves its blues.
It's a great spot. Yeah.
And now, who's playing with you now in the band?
This band is all a Texas-based band.
Right.
Formed about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. So we have Matt Johnson on drums, Terry Dry on the bass guitar, and my dear friend Louis Stevens on piano, who has also played in my band called The Wheel.
Right.
So Louis has played off and on with me for the past 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
So it's a great band based in Texas.
Okay.
Really
And you guys be in New York City this weekend too?
yeah, we'll be at the Iridium on
Yeah,
Sunday.
you like the Iridium, don't you?
It's a good room.
Yeah, I've seen you there a couple times. That's a great show.
It's good, yeah.
And now let's talk a little bit about Make Love Not War.
Make Blues.
Make Blues. Make
That's
Blues
right.
Not War.
But I like Make Love Not War.
Love
That's good.
Peace and Zito. You know?
Right.
So Make Blues Not War. You wrote all the songs on there? You did most of them?
I wrote with the producer Tom Hambridge, who produced the album, and he also plays drums. And he's a pretty famous producer. He's produced the last 5 or 6 Buddy Guy records. You know, the last one here that won the Grammy. He's won a couple Grammys with Buddy Guy, and the band that plays on there is the band that he has with the Buddy Guy album. And he did Susan Tedeschi records and James Cotton and a lot of greats. So somebody I wanted to work with for a long time.
Okay.
So we wrote together. He brought me a couple songs. I brought a couple songs. We kind of collaborated on the whole album. Because I was really wanting to get back to kind of a guitar-based blues. And I was like, but I want to make sure the songs are good. And he's a rocker.
Right.
You know. So Make Blues Now War was just something I'd said. I thought it was funny, you know.
Okay.
And, not funny, but you know, like this could be a good song, or it's kind of something, you know, a little play on the Make Love Not War.
Well, they got you nominated for the Blues Foundation Blues Award, Best Blues Rock Album.
But that was actually, yes, it did. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And you also got nominated for Contemporary Blues Male Artist.
Yeah.
That's really cool, right?
It was good, yeah. I was very happy Kenny Neal won because he deserves to win, but to just be in there, that's...
Well, speaking of Kenny, I met him and Walter Trout down in Memphis, and I know Walter just appeared on your album as well, right?
That's right, yeah.
And who else appeared on that album besides Walter?
Well, Walter plays on the album, and my son, Zach. made his like debut
With
professional appearance.
Is that the first time you recorded with Zach?
Yes,
Okay.
it's the first time he played on one of my albums.
Okay, all right. Have you appeared on any of his?
He hasn't made one yet, but he wants to. He's talking about it. But I did appear on a Walter Trout's new album.
Okay, is that out yet?
It is out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let's see, you've also been nominated on Albert Castilla's Big Dog album as a producer.
I was. I'm
Want to
very.
say something to Albert?
How you doing, Albert? This is the best interview, Frank, I've ever had. I love this. It's basically just
Two guys.
all of
you.
the
It's all about
wonderful things that I've been doing.
Well, the
I love
wonderful
it.
thing is one of your songs, "Roll On," was featured on FX's "Son of Anarchy."
It was, yeah.
Did you get any album sales from that?
Well, no, it really helped, yeah.
Okay.
Because that TV show promoted its music, like they kind of do now. They have their own YouTube channel for the TV show,
Right.
so they would show all their featured music. And I mean, the show had millions of viewers, so that was fantastic. If there's any other TV shows out here, maybe in Long Island, that want to put a song on, by all means, please.
Okay, definitely.
Please give us a call.
Right, and then what's the future for Mike Zito? You got a new album coming out?
So I've been doing producing, and we've been very fortunate. I like doing that. So I built a recording studio this year, like a nice recording studio, not a home
In your
studio.
home?
No, I have another building out
Okay.
behind my house, and like a real recording studio. And so I'm really taking on more production. But I have a new album that we're going to record next month.
Okay. All the songs are written, pretty much?
Most of the songs are all written, yeah, and it's probably coming out in, I don't know, maybe April or May.
Next year, early next year?
Yeah, right.
Okay, you're going to continue touring, Make Blues Not War?
Yeah, that record's done really well,
Yeah, it
so
has.
we're just going to keep working on it. Because I have the studio now, I'm going to go record this album, and it's good.
All right, Mike, I want to thank you for
Thank
taking your time
you.
speaking with me. And
It's good to see you again.
yeah, I'm here for the show. We're going to be
This
saying
show
promotion.
should be called Two Italian Guys on the Couch.
Two Italian guys on the show. So we want you to support live music, and we want you to enjoy nightlife with
Yes.
two Italian guys on the couch.
Support live music and enjoy your nightlife.
Okay. Thank you, Mike.